Said when a person dies, when Malakul Maut comes, and we will talk about Malakul Maut, when a person dies, three things manifest themselves before him. Embodiment of deeds. One of the principles of Islam is that after death, whatever actions that you do will take a form and come before you. Tradition says, this tradition, as soon as a person dies, when a person is either dying or on the verge of dying, three things manifest themselves before him. One, his wealth. Second, his family, his wife and children. And third, his a'mal. All three surround him. When he sees a situation which you will hear in another 10 minutes from now, he turns to his wealth and says, look, I am dying now. And I can see things which I had not anticipated. I had heard, but I chose not to believe. I had heard, but I chose to ignore. I had heard, but I did not give importance to. I am seeing those things now taking care of me. I see those things grasping me. Before I go further, these discussions might get very vivid and might get very graphic. You have those disclaimers that come. What you're going to view is going to be very graphic. Viewer discretion is advised. Your audience discretion is advised. This is just a sample of what would come in this remaining lectures. So if by mistake you've come over here, from tomorrow you've got time not to come over here. You've got the opportunity. But this is how it's going to work. And this is how it's going to go. Three things will manifest. He will turn to his wealth and say, I see things that are going to take hold of me. And I have no control over them. I have no power over them. I am powerless to protect myself. You, my wealth, the whole life I have spent for you. The whole life I have worked for you. The whole life I have turned aside the rulings of God so that I could procure you. How much are you going to help me? Help me. How are you going to assist me? Tradition says that wealth will turn to that man and say, yes, I'm very grateful to you for helping me. I'm very grateful to you for being so supportive of me. I will help you. How will you help me? I will help you by giving you the kafan that you require. And what else? He's saying, no, nothing else. That's where my power ends. That's where my domain ends. I cannot cross that realm that is there. I can only give to you now at this point of time from what you have collected of me, one kafan. Mayus, hopeless, he turns to his children. He turns to his wife. Oh my wife, oh my children. The whole life of mine revolved around you. You were the apple of my eyes. I turned my mother and father aside because of you. I turned the rulings of God aside because of you. You wanted gifts, you wanted vacations, you wanted this, you wanted that. I flouted the rulings of God without ignoring the halal and the haram just so that you would be happy. I need your help now. They will say, yes, we will help you, my father, my husband. How will you help me? We will take you, carry you to the graveyard. We will help in digging the grave. We will help in putting you into the grave. We will help in putting the mud upon your face. Allah, that is helping. Saying that's what we can do, nothing more than that. The whole life I spent for you. Sorry, this is what I can do. The second form will say, tradition I'm reciting. He will then turn to the last one, his deeds. He's saying, I know I have not been very focused towards you. I know I have not been considering towards you. Throughout my whole life, the amal were never my priority. But now, how can you help me? Tradition says that amal will turn to him and says, my friend, don't worry. I will be with you. From the time they pick you and take you to the grave. From the time they put you into the grave. From the time they put mud upon your face. From the time you are lowered into the grave. I will be with you into the grave. I will be with you right into the barzakh. I will be with you on the day of judgment. I will be with you when you're talking to your Lord. I will be with you when you enter paradise or hell. But that person, that form is what he doesn't want. He wants that form to go away because he doesn't have those deeds that qualify to save him. Because he's always been ignorant of this deeds and a'mal. The one that he doesn't want says, you like it or not, I'm going to stay with you. Whatever that deed is on. If it is good, this man has no option except to have him as the partner and face the consequences of his a'mal. This is why we fear death. But this is just the first step. Because in this entire structure of a person's movement, every step that you take is more severe than the previous step that you've taken. Every step is more dangerous. Because now when you're dying, you see Malakul Maut. That's another big problem. The angel of death. I'm rushing fast. I'm encapsulating 2 months, 2 Ashura's lecture and tonight's lecture. I have to rush fast. Malakul Maut comes. That very sight of Malakul Maut for a person who's a sinner is a punishment and adab. Who says this? Me? No. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ulul Azm Paygambar. The Prophet of Ulul Azm. The great Prophet. The second in rank amongst the prophets to the Holy Prophet. Sheikhul Anbiya. Hazrat Ibrahim. Once Malakul Maut comes to him, the angel of death. Hazrat Ibrahim asks him, Ya Malakul Maut, how do you present yourself in the form, how do you come before a sinner when you want to seize his soul? A person who's sinning, a person who's evil. Says, Ya Nabi Allah, do not ask. Saying, I insist. Saying, I request you, do not ask. You will not be able to bear it. Saying, Ya Malakul Maut, I request you. Saying, Hi, turn your face away. Hazrat Ibrahim turns his face. Malakul Maut undergoes a transformation. As soon as Hazrat Ibrahim turns again to have a look at him, he sees an entity, huge, gigantic, horrible, fire spewing from his eyes, hair like snakes, odor so bad, just the very sight of that person that he saw, which he thought to be Malakul Maut, in the form that Malakul Maut comes to take the ruh and the qabd of the soul of the sinners, Hazrat Ibrahim falls down in a faint. In a faint. You're not talking about you and me. We are talking about a prophet of God, second only in rank to the Holy Prophet, Sheikhul Anbiya. That prophet who has been given the imamat by God. This prophet, when he looks at Malakul Maut, falls down in a faint. When he recovers, he sees Malakul Maut in the same form, normal form. Tradition says, he turns to Malakul Maut and says, Ya Malakul Maut, forget all the punishment that would be there for a man. This very sight is punishment enough for a sinner to bear. But then this is just the beginning. Because when Malakul Maut comes, he's not going to come with a pizza in hand to give you. He's coming to seize your soul from your body. Because you've got to return back to your Lord. And that's why you said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. When he comes, there's a big issue. Because this, when he comes and when he's seizing the soul, Islam terms it, the Quran terms it as Sakaratul Maut. Sakara comes from the word sukra. Sukr means intoxication. That's why alcohol is in Arabic language is referred to as khamr, and the intoxication that it brings is called sukr. Sukr means intoxication. When a person's soul is being seized, it is called sakaratul maut, means intoxication of death. What intoxication? The intoxication means that the pain of death is so severe that person loses all sense of time, place and being over there. He is in a state of intoxication because of the intense pain. A pain so excruciatingly immense that Imam Ali in Nahjul Balagha says, فَغَيْرُ مَوْسُوفٍ بِمَا نُزِّلَ بِهِ. You cannot describe in words what it goes through, what that person is going through when the soul is coming out. Sakaratul Maut, intoxication of death. These are just the stages. We have to reach Qiyamah right now. But this pain is so much. The intensity is so much. At the time of Bani Israel, the kings of Bani Israel had children. Amongst these children, there's a tradition from a Ma'soom, 6th Imam. Amongst these children, there were a few of them that were very religious. So they said, let us go and travel into the earth and see the wonders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one of the recommendations of Islam. You pick up the Quran. Quran says numerous occasions, Siru fil ard, fanzur kayfa kana aqibat al-mukaththibin. Look around and see what we have done to those who have been opposing us, who have been disobeying us, who have sought to stand in opposition to us. Go and see what we've done. So let us go and see. As they are moving, they come to a graveyard. 4, 5, 6 people, they're going, very pious, muttaqi, God-fearing, religious. As they're going through the graveyard, they see a grave almost obliterated. Very old grave. Hardly the inscriptions could be seen, leveled onto the ground. While they were looking at it, suddenly one of them says, why don't we pray to God? So that this person, the inhabitant of this grave, comes out, so that we can ask him what he underwent at the time of death. So all of them raised their hands. Ya Allah, please, we would like to have a talk with him. Not always, sometimes. Allah casts aside the curtains of ghaib from a person's eyes and shows him the reality. That look, what my Prophet said, what my prophets have said, what the Imam is saying is true, not stories. This was one of the instances. The curtains of ghaib move aside. All of a sudden they see that grave shaking, splits apart. From within rises a man, old, white beard, white hair, white mustache. Absolute fright visible on his face. Comes looking around. Yes, what is it? What do you want? The reason for the fright I will tell you tomorrow, inshallah. Only that portion of the hadith that is pertinent to this discussion. Saying, what do you want? He's saying, I want to know, these people said, we want to know. You died. What was your experience of death? How severe did you find it? He's saying, you're asking me about death? You're asking me about the pain of death? I cannot tell you. Imam says, غَيْرُ مَوْصُوفًا, you cannot describe. He said, I cannot tell you. But I will tell you one thing. I will not describe the pain for you. But I will tell you one thing. If you can fathom, fathom. If you can understand, understand. If you can comprehend, comprehend. I cannot speak and describe it out. But I will tell you this much. I died 99 years ago. Malakul Maut came. The angel of death came to me 99 years ago. He seized my soul 99 years ago. I will not tell you the pain that I went through. But I will tell you this. That after 99 years of my death, that pain of death is still within my body. 99 years have passed. The pain of the soul coming out of my body has not gone through my body. Sakaratul Maut, the intoxication of death. And this is what exactly happens. Because this ruh has got such intimate interaction and love with this body that when it is coming out, and after it has come out, it maintains a certain bond, certain love with the body. And hence it is said in the traditions that when a person dies, don't try to hold him. Don't try to hug him. Because as you hold him, the ruh that is there is feeling the pain. Because it has been severed from a body that was its house for 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 years. Any movement is moved aside. Tradition says, when the person giving the ghusl is turning the body over, the ruh is weeping and he's saying, take care of this body. Because when Malakul Maut came to pull me out from this body, I came out from every vein and every nerve that was there in my body. And in the process, all of these nerves and veins and arteries ruptured. This body of mine is weak and it is feeling the pain, as a result of which I am feeling the pain. And the tradition says that if the person who's doing the ghusl could hear the crying and the shrieking of pain of the soul when the body is being given ghusl, this person for the rest of his life will never give ghusl to this person, any person ever again. If he were to hear the shouting of the soul in pain,